Halo, saya Ifik Arifin.
Halo, saya Claudia P.
Kita berada di TEKNIX by Inixindo. Halo Claudia, apa kabar?
Baik-baik, ya.
Ya,
Saya bisa bahasa Indonesia sedikit aja.
sedikit saja. So we try to speak in English, to talk in English, and we make it slow so that everybody understand what we are talking about. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm even not a native speaker.
No, not native speaker. You are from Germany, right?
I'm from Germany, and I'm now since 3 years in Jakarta. And before I left Germany, I was living in Stuttgart.
Stuttgart, this a big city, Stuttgart. And if we are talking about Stuttgart, my mind is always on the car, Mercedes-Benz. Yeah.
Yes, you are right. But it's another really famous car, which is also located in Stuttgart. It's Porsche.
Porsche is from Stuttgart.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
So, yes.
I thought it was a different city. No, this is Stuttgart also.
No.
Yeah.
We have two famous museums in Stuttgart. One is the Mercedes Museum, and the other one is the Porsche.
Porsche.
So whenever you come to Stuttgart, it's worth to visit both.
Okay, it's one of the fastest car in the world, Porsche.
I even don't know. So I never had the money to buy a Porsche.
So do I. So I don't have the money either. Okay. And then Claudia, what's interesting for us is you have studied informatics. Is it true?
No.
But so, you work for IBM.
Yes. So I've studied mathematics, and you have to have a second topic which you are studying, but it's not the main study topic. It's let me say the second. Yes, how you say it? The second part, yes. And this was informatic in my case.
Oh,
which means
so the main is mathematics, and the sub main is informatics.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had to later on make an examination in 4 disciplines, and so I did 3 disciplines in mathematics and 1 in informatics.
Oh, wow. That must be difficult, doesn't it?
It was, especially I had the examination already 40 years ago, and the technique at that time was really, really different compared to today.
Yes. We didn't have the internet at that time. Did we? No.
Yes, we didn't have internet. So even when I started studying, we still had to work with what is the small cards?
Logstrijvenkart?
Yes.
Punch card.
Punch card. I had to work with punch cards, and programming with punch cards was really an adventure.
You have to have the cards in structure, not
in order. It must be in order. As soon as one card is on the wrong place, you
cannot mix it. If you mix it, you are in trouble.
Yes, you are really in trouble. And you see, we had to deliver the punch cards at 4 o'clock to the IT job, and then they run it overnight, and the next day you got your results back.
Wow.
And if one card was wrong, then you lost 1 day.
So you have to start again, type it again, and then punch again, and then deliver it to the computer room, to the mainframe, and then wait overnight,
and hope, and really hope, cross the fingers. And the discipline which I took the examination in, it's when you look back today, it was parallel computing. At that time, there has not been any parallel computer on the market, so it was a master topic which I have taken.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So you are in the beginning of really a big era of computer, right?
Right. It was
get into the parallel computing.
Get into parallel computing. It's unbelievable if you think today. At that time, everything was serial. You only had. We even did not have any small computers. We had a really big computer from Nixdorf.
Nixdorf, yeah.
Yes, in our IT shop, and so and the computer language I was programming in, it's no longer available. I forgot the name already.
RPG? No,
it was not RPG.
PL1. PL1.
It was not PL1. It
Fortran,
was
Algol.
It was in Algol. Yes, you got it. I just wanted to say it starts with A. This I remember.
Algol is algorithmic language. Yeah. And that there is a famous book of Algol from Bayer. Yeah, from I don't know. Yeah, I got the book too. Yeah. So, Algol 60, Algol 60, yeah?
Yes, and PL1 was the high technical programming language at that time.
Yeah. How long did you study mathematics and informatics together?
It was 6 years.
6 years, yeah. And then you enter the industry.
Yeah. Right. So it was really easy to find a job, because in these years, the majority of countries had problems that there have been not enough women in technology jobs, and especially the US companies, they got percentage how many women should be working in technology environment, and
it is, yeah.
So
there is some kind of regulation about that, yeah?
Right. And I could take advantage out of this, because I finished my studies in October, and I could start to work in IBM in Germany in January already. Wow. So, and I only had to send out 2 application letters, and IBM directly hired me.
Then lucky.
Yes. And this was already in Stuttgart. So I've moved in the area of Stuttgart. And as I mentioned, I've stayed there until retirement. And then
retirement.
Right. And then we moved over to Indonesia.
Einmalig, so the Germans say einmalig, yeah? From start to retirement. Fantastic.
Yes, I think in today's days, it's no longer the way the people work. So they change the companies more often, but I hired IBM, and I stayed with IBM until the end.
Incredible.
Yeah.
But before you study informatics and mathematics, what do you want to be actually? What do you want? You don't have any picture about informatics yet, about IBM and so. And what kind of picture did you have when you were young?
Yes, I had a totally different picture. So when I've studied mathematics, I thought that I will finally work in an insurance company, because they have been looking for this kind of skill, and I've never thought that I will end up in a computer technology area. Okay. So and it was then when I started IBM, they of course recognized that the skill which I brought over from the university has not been industrially like. So, and then I got an education inside IBM for 2 years, where they taught me all the hardware, software, which has been present at this time. And yes, it took nearly 2 years, and the most challenging thing for me was that I did not speak English at that time. Because I was born close to the French border, and
where was it? Where was it? French border?
Saarbrücken.
Saarbrücken.
Yes,
right.
And at those days, the schools in this area only offered French as a foreign language. So
French, so not English, but French.
No, I could not learn English in the schools in this area. So, and then I started IBM, and from the first day on, all the meetings, whatever, all communication have been in English. And
wow.
This has been a really hard time for me.
It must be difficult for you.
Yes.
Has been difficult. And also, let's see, you are a woman. You enter a word with the domination of men. Men.
Yes, it
the
was
men's world.
Yes, so I've mentioned already to you earlier, I've started to work in the development area of IBM in a laboratory, and there had been 2,000 persons working there, and
2,000.
Yes, and 99% from the technical people have been men and only women, which you saw walking around, have been secretaries.
Oh.
This had been my challenge, that I've not been seen as a secretary when I've joined meetings. And there had been one meeting really at the beginning of my career there where we discussed the technical topic, and then after 2 hours, suddenly the people wanted to have a coffee, and then they looked all to me and asked me, "Can you please bring us a coffee?" And I immediately did know, when I do that, then I'm the secretary forever. So then I told them, no, I cannot do that.
No, you do it by yourself.
Yes. This would be my biggest fault to really accept this kind of job. So, but after a while, then they recognized that I have the skill. So I had really to fight to find my position.
You have to prove yourself, that you are capable to do the same thing like the others.
Yes.
Well, maybe it's give you some kind of energy, new craft. So to accomplish something like that, so you have, fighting spirit. Then
yes, I had to be better than my colleagues, and I really spent a lot of effort to really do so. And then I think maybe after 3 years working there, then my name has been combined with the skill, and I was no longer seen as a secretary sitting in the meetings.
The image of secretary is not there anymore.
No. But it was really a challenge, and I like this challenge. So
it's a fun challenge. Okay, and but do you know that the situation hasn't changed much until now? There are still less women in information technology.
This is right, but the number is much higher. When I left the company, it was much higher. I think around 20% of the people in the development area. And
do you know why?
I think it's also that when I look back to the university in my study groups, there have not been any further women at all. So it has all been men, and only when you then looked into study disciplines like language studies or teaching, then you found more women.
Okay. And then you also learn in the industry how to programming, how to do the programming, right?
Yes.
What was your first job at the IBM?
My first job was in an area which they called global insurance.
Global insurance, yeah.
And what it meant is that this was an area totally independent from the development area, and we had to test the programs before they went out to the market, and the final word, whether they are really ready from a quality perspective to go to the market, has been in our organization. So we got the information about new developed software, and then we wrote programs. So it was programming in the way that I did not say write programs, let me say, for computer systems. I wrote programs to do the testing
for testing
against new developed functions. And when we then had the feeling there are no longer any errors in this new software, then we could say it can go.
It can go. It sounds like a quality assurance, yeah?
It's a quality insurance, yes.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Then, yeah. It's ready to deliver. Yeah.
Right. And I did this job 5 years, and then I found I'm all times depending when I want to have any change to the software. I'm all times depending from the development areas that they accepted my arguments and did the change. Then I didn't like this dependency, and then I moved from the quality insurance area over to development, and there I finally accepted a job as a program manager, which has been responsible to take care for the development of new software. So which means now you hear in my words, I have been in the software area. There also have been a really big part in the laboratory in Germany developing hardware. I've never worked in this area.
Oh, I see. It's a different area.
Yes.
So you are program manager for application software, right? So
it was not application software. So
it's not.
It was operating system software, for example. In this operating system area I worked in, it was the small computer system driving IBM mainframes. The name of this operating system is VSE, Virtual System Environment. And I had to take care that the programming environment in this operating system comes to, let me say, the most modern state of the art. And so one product which I have been responsible for to bring to the system was language environment. Have you ever heard about that?
Language environment?
Language environment. It was a runtime which got
runtime system.
Yeah, It was a runtime system which was not for only one programming language. It was a runtime which was capable to manage all programming languages which run on the system, which means it could manage COBOL programs, it could manage PL1 program, it could manage C programs. So you did not have to have a language or a runtime specifically for COBOL.
So you make a universal runtime system for any languages at that time, right?
Yes, for a universal, so that you only had one.
So were you working for the compilers also? So
yes,
that it produced the code that will be needed for runtime system.
Yes, you got it. So at that time when I started, we had no object-oriented programming languages yet. And so we had to take care that COBOL, it's being object-oriented, as well as we did not have C as a language at that time. And so we had to take care that also C, it's coming to the system.
Okay. By the way, COBOL they are still using the language right now.
Right. Yes. Right. So it's the most often used language. And when I've programmed, sometimes, really only sometimes, then I did it in COBOL, because I like this. Is for me, it was the most easiest programming language to learn, because it's very close to the natural speech.
Right. I don't know why they get rid of COBOL programming language out of the school.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Even the language is a very nice language, human readable language.
Yes,
we say something like that.
And even we see it in universities. It's not.
It's not there.
It's not there anymore. It's not there. Yes.
But the problem is there are still a company, notably banking, that they need this kind of knowledge about COBOL programming.
Yes.
So this is looking for.
Yes, when I look to our customers, which have been mainframe customers and are still mainframe customers, the majority has banking and insurances.
Insurance, yeah.
So very big companies, because every other companies which have been in the, let me say, in the mid-range market or in the lower market, they did not use mainframe anymore because it was just too expensive for them.
Too expensive, but still, I think they are using it in back office, right?
The mainframe is typical. Is still a typical back office system. Yes, we had some time where the mainframe, together with the with systems on the when you pay in a supermarket, the cashiers, they have been connected to mainframes as well. So this has been the only front end where a customer from outside could see that IBM it's in the back end.
Yeah, it is a giant name, IBM mainframe, and so
I think it was a giant name, because I'm really disappointed to see now that there are many young people, when they ask me, where did you work? And I answer, I've been working for IBM. They even haven't heard about the company at all.
What?
Yes. Yes, because look to the market. Every product which IBM had for the consumer market, like the ThinkPads or like printing systems, they have been sold out to other companies. So there is no ThinkPad anymore. It's now Lenovo. And Lenovo. This is
no more IBM.
It's old IBM technology, and Lenovo bought the license that they have been allowed to call their personal computers for 5 years ThinkPad, which was the IBM name. But then they had to stop to call it ThinkPad. So IBM also disappeared from this line. And there is nothing which young people bring in contact to IBM anymore. And IBM also missed it to be successful on the cloud market, which would maybe another topic which brings it down to any end user in the computer space. But there it's a cloud available for IBM, but I think it's only used by big companies.
Yeah. Well, IBM, even if it's not the time again for IBM, but it's still a big company because they have to maintain big systems.
Yes. It's still a big company, but it's no longer the giant.
No longer the famous one. No longer the famous one.
Yes. But at the end of the 90s, when we did studies about the value of a brand, then it got 2 brands, which was very expensive. The one brand was Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yes, and the second brand was IBM.
Right.
Yes, but if you now look, it's the value of the brand. I think it's down in the 50s. It's Apple or Microsoft and other computer companies are in a much higher position.
Yeah. Now it's a game changer. So we have
it's a total game changer. Yes.
Game changing. Yeah. Now we are talking about cloud computing, big data, data scientists, and so.
Right.
That's also what I want to ask you about. In the time in IBM, did you have the chance to follow the new technology to pursue the technologies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have the time? Yeah.
Yes. We had to have because. So let me say, I have been, as I mentioned, the project manager for 10 years, and then it was boring again. I
enough
thought
is enough.
Yes, enough is enough. I thought I need to do something different.
Yeah.
And my most interest at that time was to come closer to our clients. And there has been an offer from IBM which allowed me to make a second study as a marketing manager. And I did this for 2 years, and then after I finished this study, I could be named marketing manager. Then I moved into a client area, which had been responsible to present to the clients the newest technologies. So I had to be all times present at the market to know what is the topic which should be enter into the market space in the next 1 or 2 years. And I was really heavily active in cloud computing, especially to train our customers so that they understand what is behind cloud, what is the cloud all about. And just before I left, mobile computing got a really hot topic. So, and then I had to, when I went out to conferences or things like that, I then have been given presentation about mobile computing.
Oh, I see. Good. I heard you studied somewhere else in Birmingham, something like that.
Yes, you remember right. Yes.
It
was a remote study.
Yeah.
The professor came all 2 months then over to Germany in order. So we have been 6 students, which got paid by IBM to make the studies. And then so he spent some time with us, and then we had to do it all online. It was
online.
Yes, it was.
It was what years was it?
It was in the beginning of 2000.
Oh, okay. The beginning 2000 online studying. Wow.
Yes. It was strange at the beginning. So we had to learn how to use this medium, and not having a teacher directly in front of you where you could ask questions. But I finally made it. I found it very interesting, and yes, it then gave me the chance to move over to a different job profile, and I've been then responsible for really going out to customers and presenting them the new technologies. This I've did until the end of my career.
Did you enjoy it? Yeah, did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it because you learned so many people outside. Yes, and you really you learned the first time how they are using your system. When you are sitting in a closed development environment, of course you have your thoughts how the system is used, but then finally see the usages. Sometimes it was really surprising.
So the empathy, right? The empathy from other people.
Yes.
So this is a human interaction. So it is very, very necessary to have such experience, right?
It was so a great experience. And when we come back to your topic, women in this technology, I had one situation in this time where it had been a disadvantage to be a woman.
Oh.
Can you imagine what it was?
No.
So we had a customer from Oman.
Oman,
yes, and
Arabic land,
yes, Arabic country, and he visited the laboratory, and he got a bunch of presentations about new technologies, and I have been the speaker for cloud computing. And when I then really stand in front of the people, they really rejected to listen to me, because they did, from their cultural view, they have not been accepting to listen to a woman.
God, my God.
Yeah. And this must be in the mid of 2000, so something like this. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's interesting though.
Yeah, they rejected it. I think it was a cultural behavior behind.
Yeah, but I think in Germany, I think the gleichwertigkeit is that the women and men, they're almost in the same level, right?
Yes, I felt this way. When I really say I forgot the first 2 years where I still had a little bit closer to the position of a secretary, the years after I had no problems as women at all. And even my career development, I think I have not been standing behind any colleagues.
And I realize also that now there are many women politicians in German government.
Yes, we had our chancellor for 16 years.
And now you have foreign ministry, foreign minister, and many other ministers, women ministers, right?
Yes. There, I think this is no difference anymore. And And the only times we hear that there might be still a small difference is that they say in the eastern part of Germany, the salaries of the women is not yet the same.
It's still there? Still the problem in the eastern zone,
Eastern zone, but only in the eastern zone. But don't ask me why. It's
no. Because of the habit, I don't know.
Maybe. It's the only message that comes to my mind.
Okay, and then before you leave IBM to Indonesia, what did you do at the time?
Yes, it was only 2 years after we retired, and in the first 2 years we enjoyed our free time, and we spent then the winter months already in Indonesia, enjoying the warm weather. And then in the third year, when we recognized that the time we are spending here was first 3 months, then 4 months, then it started to get longer. Then we decided, okay, now we need to decide what country we want to live in. And then we decided we have been living in Germany for more than 40 years, and now we make something new. So
something's exciting.
Yes. and it's really, we never did any we never regret to do this step.
Okay, but again, now you didn't do anything with your knowledge in computer science. You close the paragraph, right?
Yes, I closed the paragraph and I opened a new one. You know, maybe from your wife, that I'm engaging in more social environments as a volunteer. It's again, so I go out and meet people, but these are totally different people as the one I met during my profession. So it's now we going out to schools where there are inhibited children, and so it's even a new chapter in my life.
A new chapter, right? Interesting, also,
Yes.
And you didn't write books about anything with computer science or anything, or marketing?
No, I did not write. I did a lot of presentations, and sometimes I see the presentations are still in the web. So it's a lot of presentations about when I did the work on the language environment, teaching the people about that. This is more or less what I did on publications.
Oh, okay, good. And maybe what is your advice to especially ladies, women, to study informatics, to be active in the IT industry? Because we need this kind of motivation or some kind of trigger or something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
What could you give to the young ladies, for example, to study, to take informatics as their pathway to life? Yeah.
Yes, I just can say if they are interested into this kind of topic, they should not hesitate to study it. But I have, I think, more advice, I would say, when they are finally enter into companies. What I have seen with many women is that they are not really making a good planning for their career, where they then also are also standing up against men and say, no, it's now my part to go. So they are often a little bit more in the background, are quiet, and they see how their colleagues are passing by. And I think there, the women need to be a little bit more tough.
More tough, yeah.
More tough.
Don't be afraid to compete with men, right? In that sense.
Exactly. Yes, you say it exactly, and even really go out and request things, so that they say, okay, now it's my time to be in a higher position, and so stand up and speak.
Good advice.
Yeah, this I've seen so many times where I had the feeling when a new position got be given to a man, I thought there are women in this department which are much better and could be a much better person on this position, but they have been quiet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Claudia, I think thank you for the time for this conversation, and good luck with your plan, your activity in Indonesia, and greetings to your husband too. Yeah.
Thanks. It was a pleasure for me too.
It's something new also for you.
Yes.
We at the end we say salam kompeten together. So I count 1, 2, 3, and then you say salam kompeten. Okay, we try it.
Yes.
Salam
kompetent.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia.
Bye.
Bye.